What? A high school supernatural mystery featuring the unlikely duo between a teacher and a high school girl. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am FunRath, and today I will be judging the 2025 spring season of animes. Now, the way this will work, as usual, because I do this pretty much every season, I will be going through this list of animes here, and I will give my first impression based off of the picture as well as the description if we find the picture satisfactory. Mostly we will be looking at the picture first, the promotional art, and then we decide whether or not we want to read the description. Now, I say this every time, but in case this is your first time here, I'm very much a serious anime enjoyer. In other words, you can pretty much expect me to skip anything that has the comedy tag in it, mainly because the comedy tag is very much a big indication, at least with anime, that the entire show will be comedy. Not just a little bit comedy here, a little bit comedy there. No. If they have specifically a comedy tag in it, it is 90% comedy. I also have a little rule that I pretty much explain every single time, which is there are specifically 5 tags that are a big no-no for me, which is school, romance, harem, ecchi, and comedy, I guess? I think? Might be missing something. But basically, any show that has at least 3 of any of those 5 is an immediate skip. Okay? So, with that said, let's just get right into the first one here. We have, I believe the English name is Fire Force or something? I haven't seen it. I've heard that it's very... some people like it, some people hate it. Some people think it's very good, other people think it's very stupid. And it definitely kind of looks like... it definitely looks like it's one of those shonen battle anime that gets kind of stupid. And besides, it's the 3rd season, so obviously I'm not going to be watching this. Still, if you're a fan of Fire Force or the show, 3rd season for you, I guess. By all means. Next up, we have Lazarus. Now, this one looks unique, which is a good sign. Action and sci-fi, which is a good sign. It doesn't have any of the bullshit, so we will read the description. The year is 2052. An era of unprecedented peace and prosperity prevails across the globe. The reason for this, mankind has been freed from sickness and pain. Nobel Prize-winning neuroscientist Dr. Skinner has developed a miracle cure-all drug with no apparent drawbacks called Hapuna. Hapuna soon becomes ubiquitous and essential. However, soon after Hapuna is officially introduced, Dr. Skinner vanishes. 3 years later, the world has moved on, but Dr. Skinner has returned, this time as a harbinger of doom. Skinner announces that Hapuna has a short half-life. Everyone who has taken it will die approximately 3 years later. Death is coming for the sinful world, and coming soon. As a response to this threat, a special task force of 5 agents is gathered from across the world to save humanity from Skinner's plan. This group is called Lazarus. Can they find Skinner and develop a vaccine before time runs out? Now, immediately I find some massive logical problems with this description, this storyline here. But nonetheless, it sounds actually something that I would look at. Pretty much everything here screams good. So, definitely something to look out for. I will probably be watching this. Next up, we probably have an isekai here, or maybe not. If you look at the picture here, you'll immediately see a couple of things. Number 1, protagonist, little kid. Let's be honest, it's an isekai or reincarnation. I can already see reborn as, right? So, immediately we can tell that it's one of those shows, again, where there's a guy that is reborn into the body of a child, and so on and so forth. And then we see this girl here, right? It's like, why, right? Like, are we doing some weird shit again where an adult is reincarnated in the body of a child, and then there's a love interest that's a little child? Ooh, that's kind of, ooh. Nah, mate, nah. At least we see that there's like a adult woman and a man here. I'm guessing these are the parents. And then all these characters at the back there are probably just side characters that they meet. But let's read it anyway. After a mysterious death, King Gray is reborn as Arthur Lewin on the magical continent of Dickedem. Dickedem. Dick. Although he enters his second life as a baby, his previous wisdom remains. In other words, he is the same person, the adult still. It's not that his previous wisdom remains, it's that he is the same person, just as a baby now. His physical body changed, but his mental and mind and everything is still the same. In other words, it's the same person, the same adult person that existed previously, just now in the body of a child. He begins to master magic and forge his own path as the years go by, seeking to correct the mistakes of his past life. Now this, honestly, actually seems kind of decent from what I'm seeing here. Action, adventure, fantasy. And we have the parents on the promotional art, and only one, like, girl, you might say. Like, there's other girls, but, like, you know, they're not like a harem girl, right? These back girls are just kind of side characters, most likely. So in this case, there's only one like main girl, I guess. Hopefully, it's more of just a friendship and not some sort of romance. Which would be really cringe, but okay, whatever. Like, everything that I'm seeing here tells me that this might be pretty decent, but I've been wrong before. Moving on. So I will be giving this a watch. Could be good. Next up, we have Windbreaker Season 2. Don't know what Windbreaker is, haven't seen Season 1, so I'm just gonna pass on this. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. It's not up for me to say. I would need to see the first season. Second season of... I've seen this show, actually. This show is an isekai about some sort of witch that killed, like, slimes for 300 years because she's immortal and is super powerful, right? But the problem with this show is that it was kind of nice, like a relaxing watch in the beginning, but they have the same problem of a lot of other isekai shows where the main protagonist that is super powerful, the power fantasy character, starts picking up characters. It is much more interesting to see a power fantasy, you know, like super strong character, super strong protagonist on a journey where they meet new characters and keep moving around and stuff. It is much more interesting to see that than to see a character settle down and then start gathering like a group of friends or a group of like family members, right? And even though, you know, unfortunately the site does this stupid thing where they put the title here instead of, I don't know, right here where there's empty space. I don't know why they do that. And they block like half the fucking picture. But basically, if you look closely, there's this little girl here and another little girl and another little girl, right? And it's like, basically, like, a lot of these characters, they're like living with the protagonist in this one like house. And it's like, it was fine when she was alone, but once they start gathering like the little girls and like the other characters, it becomes massively overpopulated, and the screen time gets massively cut when it comes to the protagonist. I mean, the protagonist still gets a lot of screen time, but it's like they always kind of ruin it by introducing way too many characters. Considering I've seen the first season already, I'll probably check it out, but it might be like a kind of like a... I start watching it and then I start skipping halfway through the episode because it's kind of like very super boring. But it is what it is, you know? Maybe they do something interesting, but it's just kind of like a chill slice of life comedy isekai, you know, not super special or anything. This one, from the picture already, I can already guess that not really my cup of tea. And as you can see here, if you look down here, comedy 1, ecchi 2, romance 3 out of 5, skipper, comedy, romance 2 out of 5, right? Okay, let's look at the picture here. Protagonist, I don't know why the protagonist is not the first character on the picture, but okay, whatever. Then we have guy, girl, and guy. Okay, it's kind of even, sure. Just to skim through the description here, a high school student who comes from a lineage of ogres enjoys the peaceful, ordinary life until his childhood friend moves in with him. Blah, 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 which in training chooses to be here familiar. Nah, just kind of a nah, mate. Nah, just nah. Just a nah, mate. I'm gonna skip. This is like, everything here screams not for me. Screams, Fonrath, this is not your cup of tea. Just immediately, just everything that I don't like. It's just, I mean, maybe it's decent. I don't know. Like, there's been plenty of shows where, you know, I've given my first impression in one of these videos, and then I actually end up actually liking the show quite a lot when I actually check it out. But this just reeks of cringe, and nah, I'm gonna skip that one. All right, Kijin Gentosho, action, adventure, fantasy. I mean, the picture, protagonist holding a sword, adult woman, little child girl, injured, evil ogre, evil woman. I mean, this is pretty unique, okay? In the Edo period, there was a shrine maiden called Itsukihime in the mountain village of Katano. Jinta, a young man who acts as a shrine maiden's guardian despite being a stranger, encounters a mysterious demon who speaks of the far future in the forest where he went to defeat it. From Edo to the Heisei era, this huge Japanese fantasy series follows a demon man who travels through time while continuously questioning the meaning of wielding a sword. This one might be interesting. They're talking about traveling through time. And you know how I am with time, right? I mean, it's like they're trying to, you know, they're trying to lure me in. Now, granted, I doubt this has much to do with time itself, but rather it's more of a, hey, this character is going through time and finding and fighting different monsters and creatures and beings at different time periods or something like that. So I think it has less to do with time, more the time periods and the main characters' like journey through these different time periods or something along those lines. Really hard to say. The only downside I think here that I can see is this girl in the picture, because usually, and I've said this before, but usually when there's a child character, they are just either they're used as a plot device. In other words, this child character probably has either some sort of power that is important, and then the main character, and she travels with the main character potentially, and the main character constantly has to take care of the child. If I think of what I just said, I can immediately remember an example of what I just said, which is The Mandalorian, right? We have Baby Yoda, special, right? Has some sort of special thing about them. Not only are they a Force user, but also you know, people are wanting Baby Yoda, right? So they're coming after them. And then you have the protagonist who kind of has to take care of Baby Yoda, right? And that's kind of what children usually are used for in shows, where the protagonist just has to kind of take care of them. Maybe they have some sort of power that helps the protagonist occasionally. But yeah, like usually when you have a child that's kind of has a big role, that's usually what they're kind of relegated to, which is being taken care of by the protagonist and constantly getting into trouble, and being protected by the protagonist all the time, over and over and over. But overall, I would say this is, I guess, worth checking out. It doesn't have any of the classic, stupid anime-esque tropes in terms of like the characters of like, you know, ecchi and harem and like, you know, romance bullshit. So worth checking out, I think. Moving on, we have Kowloon Generic Romance. You're literally just saying you're a generic romance in the title. Drama, mystery, romance, sci-fi, slice of life. Okay, I mean, there's only romance. There's no high school and shit, so... But, you know, the art style isn't really my cup of tea, I will say that. But we can read the description. Welcome to Kowloon Walled City, a dystopian townscape where the people are brimming with nostalgia. Where the past, present, and future converge. Again, they're doing some timey-wimey shit. They're trying to lure me in. What is this? Am I being targeted or something? Jesus. Now everyone's trying to do timey-wimey shit. Amid the hidden emotions and extraordinary daily lives of the men and women working in its confines, a tale of romance begins to unfold for real estate agent... Okay, never mind, skip. I feel like this is a skip for me. It might be decent, but like, a tale of romance begins to unfold for real estate agent? If you told me that this show was about like drama and mystery, right, and with a little bit of romance added on top, then I would have been like, okay, fine. But now you're saying a tale of romance. What this tells me is that the show is mainly about the romance, which immediately throws me off. Immediately turns me off. I just, I don't know, immediately gives me just a like, reaction. There are some redeeming qualities here, but I think this is a skip for me personally. This might be decent, but something about it just screams not for me. Again, I don't know what it is, but maybe it's the art style. I don't know. Regardless, I'm probably gonna skip this one. What the hell? Vigilante Boku no Hero Academia illegals. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? In the world of My Hero Academia, not everyone needs a license to fight for justice in a superpowered society. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip this. So this is just like vigilantes in the world of My Hero Academia. Maybe. I mean, if it's anything like My Hero, then like probably just a skip for me. I'm just not interested. We have something Ossan. So, old man, let me guess, isekai or a fantasy? Action, adventure, See, the moment I see this, I immediately like, okay, probably a skip for me. Or I'm going to watch this probably because I'm a sucker for fantasy, and I'm going to be skipping through the episode because it's so cringe. Why do you add this comedy tag here? Why are you putting so much comedy in this show? Already I see that there's an old man, and then you have a little, like, young girls sucking his cock, right? Not literally, metaphorically. They're probably liking him, or they find him as kind of like a father figure or something, you know? Like, we've seen this shit over and over. This is yet another trope where there's, you know, the protagonist is an old man, or like an ossan, and then, you know, oh, I didn't even see it, but there's two more girls over here. So it's like, yeah, it's basically like a harem, but not really, where everyone's gonna be like having some sort of daddy kink toward him where everyone's like, oh my god, I wish he was my father or something like that. He's so gentle. Oh my god. Right? That kind of thing. And it's gonna be so fucking cringe. A sword instructor at his dojo, so he's going to be teaching a bunch of young girls. Okay, sure, bro. Will he ever get a moment's peace away from his adoring students? Ugh, fucking disgusting, bro. Why? And no, it wouldn't be any better if he was younger. It would be even worse, actually. If you've been around, right? If you've been around the anime scene, like, you've noticed, I'm sure, how often we do this, where you have the protagonist, the guy, and then you have 4 girls. Why? Why? It's like they are actively trying to do a harem without doing a harem. It's just so... It's gotten so old. It really has. Because I'm a sucker for fantasy, I'm probably gonna check it out, like at least the first episode or 2. But this is probably gonna be just another trash fantasy isekai. Trash. I don't see a reason why you can't have, like, okay, if you wanted to have a older gentleman as the protagonist, and then and he's teaching like 4 females, right? Why can't you have one maybe like younger kid, like 12 or something? Then you have this girl here who's like, I don't know, 18 or whatever. Then you have, I don't know, like a 30-year-old woman, right? And then you can have like a 28-year-old, right? And you have like kind of a different, all kinds of different like aged women and girls, and then they all have their own problems, or like their own reasons why they fight, their own like reasons to be depressed or have their problems or whatever. And then the main character can like teach them to look past their own problems and to grow and stuff. That would be fine, but it's very clear what they're trying to do here, which is just cringe. Whatever, let's move on. Comedy romance, I'm just gonna skip this. You can immediately, just looking at the picture, you can immediately tell what this is. Immediately, right? High school. They say romance, but let's be honest, there's not gonna be any romance in this show. There never is. But yeah, like, just no. Just no. Jesus Christ. Can't even see the picture, bro. What the why did they do this? Alright, much better. So basically we have a Kirito motherfucking looking ass with like 17 women. Woman, skip. Comedy, romance, slice of life. Why am I seeing romance? And we have a little child. And her schoolmate. So why don't they have school here? They should put a school tag here as well. In other words, comedy, romance, and school, skip instantly. And if you're trying to tell me that these two are the romance interests, no. Skip. Second season of a show that I've never heard of, never seen, skip. I can't really say if it's good or not, but it has the comedy tag in it, which is not a good sign. Moving on. This is looking kind of bad already. Comedy, ecchi. The main character again is a fucking Kirito looking ass, with the black coat and everything, and then you have girl, and then all the guys are back here. There's mechas. Just skip. It's definitely not for me. Maybe if someone liked mechas and like all kinds of like over-the-top bullshit, then sure. But like I said, I'm a serious anime enjoyer, so not for me. Not for me. This season seems to be very weak. I'm not gonna lie. So far, there's so many shows that I've just skipped already that it seems very weak. Here we have drama and music. Classic cute girls do music things. At an elite all-girls academy where refined young ladies gather. This girl, now the daughter of a real estate agent, real estate tycoon. Again, what's with the real estate thing? That's the second time we've already heard real estate tycoon or real estate agent, or what's with the real estate? After her mother remarried, is forced to abandon her guitar and rock music to fit in. However, her passion is reignited by sounds from the old school building, where she meets a skilled drummer who shares her love for rock, because of course, it's always rock. Together, they embrace their inner rock stars, whatever that means, elegantly clashing and shouting their way through the academy in this captivating tale of grace and rebellion. I mean, nothing new that we haven't seen before. Personally, I think 4 characters is too much. So, there's been plenty of other shows that have to do with music and, anime girls. But every single time, every single show that has 4 characters, because that's usually what a band is. You have the guitarist, the drummer, the bass. Actually, what am I missing here? Oh yeah, vocal. That's what I was thinking. So yeah, usually you have the 4 vocal, guitar, bass, and drum. That's fine, but the problem here, or at least for me personally, this is just my opinion here, I've always found that the 4 characters is one too much, one too many. Every single time there's 4 characters, it almost feels like the characters are not getting enough screen time. Now, of course, oftentimes it depends on the show. There are shows that have done it very well, which don't really have that feeling. Something like A Place Further Than the Universe. That show, really good, okay? And I never felt like the characters didn't have enough screen time. I felt like everyone had enough screen time. But there's been a lot of other shows where there's 4 girls, and I just feel like there's one too many. Personally, I would much prefer if they do it something like Carol and Tuesday, right? Where there's just 2 girls, and they kind of like, they have a lot more time and screen time to like explore their characters and personalities and stuff. But that's just me. This, I will say, I think this will depend on just the charisma and chemistry of the characters, and maybe the music, I suppose. Music can also be a big indicator. Might check out the first episode, just to get the vibe of the show. Next up we have Your Forma. Action, drama, mystery, sci-fi. Okay, none of the dumb fuck tags. In 1992, a pandemic of viral encephalitis, I don't know how you say that, shook the world. The medical technology that saved humanity evolved into Your Forma, an invasive information device implanted into the brain. In this world where every sight, sound, and even emotion is recorded, investigating major crimes means diving into the collective data. A job reserved for special detectives called Electronic Investigator. This girl, a prestigious electronic investigator, assigned at an astonishingly young age, stands isolated by her exceptional talent. Her newly assigned partner is Harold, a blonde, blue-eyed humanoid amicus. Together, this unrivaled duo will expose everything. So basically, this is yet another one of those Sherlock Holmes and Watson type of shows, most likely, where the girl is the Sherlock Holmes and then the guy is the Watson. For some reason, they just keep doing that, right? They just keep doing the same thing over and over and over. But again, it depends on the show. Some of those shows are actually kind of good. Some of them are not. But this is at least worth checking out from what I can tell. Not too bad. What the fuck is this shit? Comedy and romance. This is 100% a skip. But so look at this, right? It says Arata has never had a girlfriend, but he has 5 sisters, right? One day his father reveals. So in other words, the main character is a guy. But if you look closely here, right? Like girl, 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 girl. Where's the main character? Why is the main character way back here? Stop it. Stop this dumb fuck shit, okay? The main character is in the middle of the picture of the promotional art, or the first character at the very front. This should be the main character, or this should be the main character. The main character is not the side background character that's depicted to be way back there. That's not how you do promotional art. It's so cringe that they know exactly what they're doing, because they try to promote the show with the girls, right? But they still want the main protagonist to be a guy. Why don't you just make the protagonist to be one of these girls? That's it. It's so cringe when they're so obviously trying to like scam you into watching these shows with these promotional arts. You know, it's so cringe. So cringe. Skip anyway. Some weird incest shit going on. Siblings aren't related by blood. No chromo. Jesus. Summer pockets. Girl, 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 girl. In other words, the main character is a girl, right? Right? To help manage his recently deceased grandmother. During his summer vacation, as he gets off. So where's the main character? Where's the protagonist? I don't see him. I'm looking around, but is there like some guy way back there? Like I think there's like a little building somewhere over there. Is that like, maybe there's like a very small building way back there, and it's like, he must be like in the window or something, right? Like, bro, put your fucking main character in your promotional art, you fucking pieces of shit, okay? Fuck off. Skip. Just because of that, skip. Get fucked, bitch. You don't put your protagonist on the fucking, on the promotional art? Just like that, I've skipped your fucking show. Get fucked, bitch. Get fucked. I don't care. You try to scam me by making me want to watch like, you know, pretty anime girls, and then when I go to watch it, it's like a guy. I don't think so. I don't think so, bitch. Get fucked. Right? I don't fucking care. You put your main character, your protagonist, into the art, into the promotional art, or we're not talking. So this is the protagonist, right? Right? On her 17th birthday. See? This is how you do it. The protagonist is in the middle. Obviously. Obviously. That's how you do it. Adventure drama fantasy. The apprentice witch Meg learns that she only has 1 year left to live. Jeez. Okay. That went in a different direction than I was expecting. That got dark pretty quickly. Her teacher, the long-lived witch Faust, explains that the only way to undo the death curse is to collect tears of joy and grow the seeds of life. To find them, Meg will have to leave the sheltered life she's always known and head out into the world. There will be meetings, partings, and friendships aplenty, and of course many tears. Meg will learn that the most important lessons for a witch are bright, sweet, and somewhat heart-wrenching. So, let me fix this for you, okay? Let me fix this. On her 17th birthday, the apprentice witch Meg learns that she only has 1 year left to live. Period. Her teacher, the long-lived witch Faust, doesn't explain that there is a way to undo a death curse. She just has 1 year left to live because of an illness or something. She literally just has 1 year left to live. There is no fix to this. She will die in 1 year. Period. She will die. Period. That's it. And then, to live out the remainder of her 1 year, she goes on a journey. And then she leaves her sheltered life she's always known and heads out into the world. There will be meetings, partings, friendships aplenty, and of course many tears. You don't need her illness to be fixed. It is much more impactful to have a character that is like dying of an illness with only 1 year left to live, and her making a difference in the world. And changing people's lives for the better. You know, she meets people on her journey and changes their lives for the better, and kind of having this overarching storyline of like, once she is gone, those people that she changed the lives of will remember her and stuff like that. That's how you do shit. That's how you do a good story. That's how you do a memorable, impactful story. The moment you start throwing this bullshit of like, oh, it's a death curse and we can lift the death curse and we can heal you. Now you're already giving the audience a way out. You're already telling the audience, oh, of course she's going to find a way out. Of course she's going to find a way to cure her illness. You know, of course she's going to find a way to undo the death curse. Of course she's going to do that, right? But if you didn't say that, if you didn't give them a way out, the audience would know that the character is going to die, and it's only a matter of time. It's only going to get worse, and slowly but surely she will fade away. Right? That's what makes it so much more impactful. Still, I will be checking this one out. I do like journey shows. I do like when the main character is journeying or traveling and on a journey and meeting new characters every episode and stuff like that. I do like those. Already seen Gundam, whatever the fucking is. Gooks! Kido Senshi Gundam Gooks! Nah. Just nah. Little girl, mechs, Gundams, nah. Just not my cup of tea. Second season of whatever the fuck this is. I don't think I've seen the first season. Let me just see real quick. Why are they in high school uniforms? It's kind of sus, bro. Kind of sus. Mystery slice of life. I mean, I don't remember seeing this ever. But this is the second season of something, so I don't know. I'm just gonna have to say skip because I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the first season. Wasn't this show done? Black Butler? I mean, didn't this show like end like many years ago? Didn't the fucking main character die or something? Skip. I mean, I have not kept up with Black Butler or anything. I remember watching like the first season or second season or something like 15 years ago or something, but like, yeah, no. Just no. Just a skip, hell no. Anne Shirley, drama slice of life. On the beautiful Prince Edward Island in Canada. Canada? Okay. An orphan named Anne Shirley is mistakenly sent to Green Gables, the home of Matthew and Marilla. They choose to adopt her anyway, as Anne finds friendship, love, and happiness in her new home. Come along for the story of a pure-hearted, imaginative girl growing up, leaving for college, and returning home a changed woman. This could be pretty decent. Like this is something that I can immediately see being like a slice of life. You know, I'm even seeing here, in the corner here, as you can see, it disappears when I go over it. But like, they're like children here. But on the picture here, they're adults, or young adults, I guess, or teenagers. So I would imagine that we see them maybe growing up from children to young adults. So I can definitely see this being kind of like a nice, wholesome slice of life show. Now, not really my cup of tea, but I can still appreciate a good slice of life. Something to potentially keep an eye out. Adventure comedy. God damn it. This fucking tag, bro. Drama and slice of life. When aspiring manga artist Chika's storyboards get rejected, she ditches her desk for an adventure. Armed with a quirky social media poll, she sets off on a spontaneous journey of random, crowdsourced destinations. From hilarious mishaps to heartwarming encounters, she discovers inspiration, friendship, and herself, one unpredictable stop at a time. I mean, this could be interesting. Once again, it's kind of a journey type show, but in the modern day. I mean, I don't think I've ever actually seen anything like this. Most of the journey shows are always like in some sort of fantasy worlds and stuff. So I don't think I've ever seen like a journey type show in an anime. In the modern world, I mean. This, I might check this out. Hard to say, to be honest. But I'll probably check it out. Apocalypse Hotel. I can already see... There's no tags either, which is kind of sus. I'm not gonna lie, from the picture it seems very chaotic and not really my cup of tea. We have whatever this is. It's made by Madhouse, which is a plus, but comedy... This tag is the biggest problem with most of these shows. For some reason, all the anime that are made nowadays always seem to want to do comedy for some reason. I don't know why, but they just cannot help themselves. Everything has to be comedy this, comedy that. They can't tell a serious story, even though, weirdly, all the best shows, or almost all the best shows, are always serious stories. All the classic, you know, the shows that are considered the best of the best are all serious shows. Almost all of them. Most of these shows will have some humor in it, like something like Steins Gate, right? There's humor in it, there's comedy in it, but overall the story is serious, right? So you have like Cowboy Bebop, you have Steins Gate, you have Attack on Titan, you have like stuff like Code Geass, Death Note, right? All of these are serious shows. Serious. They take themselves seriously. And a lot of these are considered the best of the best, the classics. Why are they so good? Because they take themselves seriously. 9 times out of 10, when a show becomes really popular, even for like that year, it is almost always, as I said, 9 out of 10 times, it is a serious show. Or it is a show that takes itself seriously. It is never a comedy show. There have been some comedy shows that have become popular, but most of the shows that become popular most of the time are serious. So I just don't understand why don't they adapt more serious stories? I'm sure there's a bunch of serious manga and stuff like that out there. Why don't they adapt those? It's just kind of weird. But like, I'm probably gonna skip this. Maybe I'll check out the first episode, because it is like mystery and there's like a detective stuff going on, deduction skills, right? So it's like maybe. But the comedy is really throwing me off. Comedy slice of life. Ugh, I'm just gonna skip that one. I don't care. Drama, sports, Uma Musume. Skip, man, skip. We already know that. We already know Uma Musume, right? I'm sure everyone knows Uma Musume. Comedy, romance, slice of life. To escape his tiring job. His. Why? If this was the main character, this girl here, even though, like, she should be the main character, right? She's in the middle, she's the biggest. Should be the main character, right? But no, the main character is this little shit here. Like, just skip. You can immediately tell what type of show this is from the picture. Immediately, not even a question. It's just cringe. I don't know. They all kind of fall under the same umbrella of comedy, of anime comedy. Instead of telling some sort of unique and serious story, they have just a bunch of anime comedy. Over and over and over and over. This is a pattern that you will see when you've watched as much anime as I have. Oh god, this is just a skip. Immediately I look at this picture and I'm like, yep, skip. I mean, what is this? It's so cluttered, it's so bad. You can just tell that this is another battle anime with like a bunch of characters. Immediately I see this again. And what do we see here? Bland girl in the middle with guy. No, comedy. Something about ninjas. Cute girls doing cute things, I guess. This girl rescues the other girl, ninja who escaped her village. Soon pursuers from the village show up in search of this girl, only to be deftly dealt with by the other girl, the ninja. As it turns out, the unassuming high schooler is actually an assassin. High schooler, why? Why do they have to be high schoolers? Again, this is just another comedy. cute girls comedy. I don't know. Maybe if you're into that sort of thing. I mean, maybe it's like Kobayashi's Maid or whatever, right? That could be good. Who knows, right? Again, when I say comedy, right, I'm not saying that there's inherently problems with comedy anime. They can be entertaining. It's just that every single show tries to be a comedy for some reason. Or almost every single show. Now, some comedy anime are good. Something like Kobayashi's Maid or whatever, but most of them are not. Most of them are just kind of cringe and like not really funny at all. Now, this could be funny, sure, but I'm not gonna hold out hope. It is what it is. Moving on. Teogonia. Okay. Humans fight to protect their land from invading demi-human tribes in relentless battles. As his world is engulfed by intense warfare, Kai, a village boy from Lag, joins the fight to defend all he knows. After Kai's comrades fall one by one and he's injured, he suddenly recalls memories from another life. A fantasy tale unfolds as a village boy explores a world of magic, mystery, and heroism. I feel like we've seen this before. I feel like there was an exact same premise of another anime where pretty much the exact same thing happened. Memories from his own future came to him of all the training and everything that he had gone through. Those future memories helped him save his loved ones or whatever. There was definitely a show like that. I mean, maybe. I guess it's worth like an episode or two just to see if it's good. I guess I'll check it out. Bye Bye Earth Season 2. I feel like I've checked this out, but I don't remember. I think I checked out like half of the first season or something, but I don't remember. So I can't really say if I'm gonna watch this or not. Cute girls eating cute things. Slice of life. Again, just another slice of life. Fantasy slice of life. Again, slice of life. There's just a lot of slice of life these days. High school student. Just a skip. I'm just gonna skip. Probably has to do with like idols and shit as well. It's like, ugh. Just not for me. Just skimming through here. What? A high school supernatural mystery featuring the unlikely duo between a teacher and a high school girl. Skip, bro. This reeks of cringe. Even if they don't make it into a romance, which would be much worse. Even if that's not the case, whenever I see like a teacher and a high school girl, just probably a skip. Nope. What the fuck am I looking at here? In the distant future, humans create a robot named Miru, capable of traveling through time, visiting various eras, places, and even parallel worlds. It helps people overcome immense obstacles peacefully, encouraging new beginnings without violence. This, honestly, I looked at the picture here, and it's like 5 different art styles. But honestly, it might actually be interesting. This one actually might be interesting. This almost gives me the feeling of Vivi. Gives me the feeling of Vivi again. This might be interesting. I'm not gonna rule it out. Might check out the first episode or 2. Nope. Nope. Guy. Nope. Hell no. Guy. A lot of guys. A lot of music. Are the same thing. Classic stars. I guess not. It's just a lot of guys. A lot of guys. Sorry, I'm not into guys. You know, it is what it is. I'm kind of into, you know, the lesbian, the Yuri. I'm more into Yuri, you know. Yuri is best. Do Yuri more, please. Just no. Just hell no. And no. Then we have TV shorts here. Not gonna watch shorts, to be honest. And then we have some leftovers. Yeah, obviously, Apothecary Diaries, still pretty good. I think, watched up to, like, episode 12, I think. And I'm not gonna lie, it's going downhill. It's going downhill because they're pushing the romance, which I personally think that the show could do without. The show does not need romance at all, but they are still seemingly pushing the stupid romance, even though it's clear that the main character, the girl, does not really care about romance at all. There's no sign that she even likes the guy, but the guy likes her, so and they're kind of pushing this weird romance onto her. It's like, ugh, just kind of like, I wish they would stop, but they're not going to. Still, it's still a good show, I mean, overall, but like, yeah, this is like a clear example of when you shouldn't be pushing for romance, because the show doesn't need it. And a forced romance can easily ruin a show. This one, I'm surprised it's continuing. I've been actually kind of keeping up with this, not entirely because I kind of skipped through the episode because it's so fucking dumb and stupid. This is a completely dogshit show, by the way. It is what it is. Definitely not worth watching. Do we have some movies, I guess? Ooh, Kobayashi's Maid. Ooh, interesting. Princess Principal. I'm surprised this is like so popular and it's constantly getting like sequels and stuff. I think I watched like a couple of episodes of the first season way back in the day, and I think it was good, but for some reason I stopped and I just never went back to it. But apparently it's pretty popular. I mean, yeah. It'd be what it do. And we'll finish off this video with one more. It wasn't on that list. Some of these, these charts and these lists, they don't have all the shows coming out. But there is one more that I was told is, and I haven't checked it myself, but I was told that this show is by the same author as Link Click. And so obviously I'm very interested. And I decided, fuck it, let's check out the trailer for this show. Now, it's probably going to be muted because usually trailers get hit pretty hard. And I don't know how much I'm going to show here, but... Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be muted because there's like straight up just a song playing. Dude, this is straight up like, the art style is reminding me of like Arcane. Interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what this is about. But if this is the art style, it definitely, like I said, it reminds me of Arcane to a degree. It's very interesting. But yeah, I have no idea what the fuck this is about. But considering, as I said, if this is written by the same guy as Link Click, then we might just have to watch it. Still, I must say, this season of anime is kind of shit, not gonna lie. There were only a couple shows that I might check out, as well as some of the fantasy shows that, I'm a sucker for fantasy, so I'm probably gonna check them out anyway, but yeah, definitely a very, very weak season in my opinion coming up. Nothing really stood out to me, but it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed my first impressions of a lot of these shows. If I shat on your favorite show, then get fucked. It is what it is. Maybe you should like better shows. But yeah, anyway, I shall see you next time in the next season of anime when I come back once again to judge some more anime. Until then.